So today's video is going to be shot across 2 different evenings, and I'm going to go around downtown Ottawa and try to find some cool places to do some photography. In this video as well, I thought that I would introduce you guys to someone who's contributed a lot to my channel, and I've never really introduced him before, so make sure to stay tuned for that. But otherwise, I'm leaving this video pretty open. I'm just going to go around and explore Ottawa, try and find some cool places to do photography, and bring you guys along for it. So the first place I want to show you is the Chaudière Falls, and if you follow me right over here, I didn't even know Ottawa had a waterfall like this until just recently. So it's a really foggy day in Ottawa today, and believe it or not, it's actually spring, which is awesome. And this is what spring looks like here in Ottawa. It's still there's still a lot of snow everywhere, but we actually had a lot of rain today and last night, which was really good. It melted a lot of the snow, but still, it made a ton of ice. So that's sort of the disadvantage in Ottawa of getting rain. It melts the snow, but you do get ice. And spring here in Canada is still basically winter. It's still freezing cold, you still get snow occasionally, and there's still ice and it's still gross. But at least it is transitioning into real spring, which usually we get in like May, late April, and that is when the flowers actually start coming out and you can really see the grass. But as of right now, it's what I call the early and gross part of spring. And by the way, this is all slushy ice here. This is the result of yesterday and today. Ugh. So right behind me is Parliament, and it's a very foggy day, so you can only make out a little bit of it, but the piece that you can make out the most is the library, and the library has a really cool backstory. Let me explain that. So the library was like the whole Parliament used to be there a while ago, but there was a huge fire in it. I don't quite know exactly when, but it was a while ago. But the whole Parliament was on fire, and there's only one part of the whole building that didn't burn down in that fire. And that is the library. And the funny thing is, the only reason the library didn't burn down was because someone closed the doors. And that's it. That's the only reason why it didn't burn down. But the rest of the Parliament building burnt down and it had to be reconstructed. But to this day, the original Parliament library is still there because someone closed the doors and it didn't get burnt down. So that makes it a really like important and cool part of the Parliament buildings, because it's the only original piece of it that wasn't burnt down in the fire. So right behind me, you can see the Chateau Laurier, and if you can just make it out in the fog, you can see the War Memorial. So those are 2 really cool things. I'm about to head that way. So it's been forever since I've made a vlog where I've actually gone outside. This is like the first vlog, and I don't even know how long. I think the last one was dog sledding or something. Just insane, but it's just been the weather outside. Canadian winters are not fun to film in. I'm glad that now it's actually turning into spring, so I can actually go outside and film real videos and not just sit down vlogs. We're at the Chateau Laurier right now. It's a pretty crazy, fancy, nice place. And I always like popping in here whenever I get the chance, just to sort of look around and admire it, because it's pretty beautiful. right behind me is the Rideau Canal, and this is the entrance to the locks. So you could probably hear it. These are the locks right here, and I'm like right up close to them. I believe you can cross over the locks on those tight little bridges, and I've never done it before, but it looks terrifying, and I sort of want to do it. So this is pretty cool. So my dad just talked some sense into me, and I'm not going to do it. It could be slippery. I think you can do it in the summer, and it's still there. It's pretty cool. Yeah! Yeah, you can hear the echo. I don't like screaming. I don't know what that's from, probably because I used to be very quiet, but I still don't like screaming. I have never actually introduced my dad in one of my videos, and he's behind the camera in a lot of my videos when I'm out and about, so I'll introduce him. This is my dad. So I have a question for you about photography.
Sure.
So what is the best place you've ever been to take photos?
I'd probably say St. John's, Newfoundland. I was there for 18 days, and 17 of those 18 days were foggy, more foggy than we are today, but really foggy. And I was shooting in black and white film, and the images that I got were amazing. Really, really good.
Cool. So he has a good background on photography, and he's taught me a lot of what I know today. So I thought I'd ask him a question about photography, but let's carry on. So I'm just down near the bottom of the locks now, and I just got a shot that I'm really happy with. So here's what it looks like. There's a lot of really good photography opportunities down near the locks. And I'm just going right to the water, to the water's edge, and it's really slippery here, so I should probably be looking where I'm going. So I have another question for you, Dad.
Yeah?
So do you still have your black and white film equipment?
Yeah, I do. I have a camera. I don't know if that works anymore, but I still have my darkroom set up. And I've got all my trays for developing photos in black and white. I should actually, you know what? That'd be a really cool idea for a video one day.
Probably.
Show you how to develop real black and white film.
So the thing I like about going out and shooting with my dad is that he can show me how to set up a shot, and he can show me different settings on the camera and how to do different things. And I really appreciate that, because like an example of that today is the mechanism for the locks. There's a shot where there's light bouncing onto the mechanism, and it looks really cool and shiny. And then I was able to see that and get a shot with that in it. It's cool that I was able to learn that there's to look at the light bouncing off of things, and it's just cool. It's a good learning experience for me in photography. So we finished filming and headed back to the car. No ticket on the car. So now I'm at a place called Zach's Diner, and I'm gonna try a deep fried Mars bar. Also, this hot chocolate is amazing, and it is hot, although it looks like it will be cold. Wow, that's not what I was expecting.
I hope you like it.
Yeah, thank you. This, hold on, let me move this. Apparently a deep fried Mars bar. Right here. You filming? Okay, so. Mars bar. Oh God. This is absolutely amazing. Why does this exist? I mean, I'm very glad that this exists, but why?
So good.
Okay, so when you were out and about doing photography, would you really wait and set up shots and be very tedious with how you got the shot, or would you actually just like go out, take the shots, and do that?
I was more the type of person I wouldn't set up a shot. I'd just go and explore. I grew up in England, and my dad and my brother and I used to go out when I was young, and we would go exploring, and it wasn't as much for photography then, but later in life as I got into photography, I kind of continued the same idea. And I would go out and I would just look for the beauty in nature that the average person doesn't really see. So my style of photography was urban nature photography. So looking for the little things that the average person either, sees but they don't really pay attention to, or they may not even see at all. And I would photograph that. And that was kind of my thing. So it was never planned. It was just go out, look around, and find something beautiful where others wouldn't look.
Cool. So what's your favorite part of photography?
My favorite part of photography, I think, is I don't know, this is gonna sound corny, but it's sharing a moment. So sharing, like in photos convey all sorts of different feelings, but for me it's like a moment in time. It's a feeling. It's the feeling that I had in the moment that I took the photo, and that's what I try and share in my photography. So it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of a touchy-feely, lovey-dovey type thing, but I don't know, I just find photography is capturing a specific moment that may never happen again, and just kind of locking it in time to show it to other people.
Cool, I get that. Okay guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun just going around downtown and asking my dad some questions. I had a lot of fun in this video, so if you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you are already subscribed, then make sure to hit that notification bell so that you don't miss anything in the future. But anyways guys, I'll see you next time.